I'm a person acquainted with grief, and this is my story. Our whole family was gathered for our youngest son, Michael's 21st birthday. We were all together in the home waiting for our oldest son, Billy. And all of a sudden, I saw a McHenry County sheriff pull up in the driveway. I couldn't imagine what a police officer would be doing in my driveway. Came to the door, and he looked very uncomfortable, and I couldn't quite figure out what was going on. And he said to me, "Is this the Orris home?" And I said, "Yes, it is." And he said, "May I come in?" And he walked in, and he said, "Is everybody here?" And I said, "Yes, they are." He said, "There's been an accident. Your son, Billy." And I said, "Is he okay? Where is he? Is he at the hospital?" "Yes, he's at the hospital." I said, Is he okay?" And the police officer just put his head down and he shook his head no. I fell to the floor screaming Billy's name. Michael ran out down the street. My husband ran in the back screaming. The entire house was in chaos and disarray and disbelief at what we were hearing. We had come to celebrate, and now we were having to go to identify our son. Something died in me that day too. And I have spent the last 8 years trying to find my way again. It's been a long journey. And just when you feel like maybe you're making some steps and making some progress, something else hits you that out of nowhere, that you weren't expecting, that you had no idea. On December 17th of 2022, we received another horrific phone call. Our youngest son's wife, Kira, died tragically and unexpectedly. That sent our family into a complete tailspin once again, almost wrecking us again. People will ask me how one family can have so much tragedy, so much loss, so much pain. I don't know. I don't have the answers. All I know is that we all have pain. The world is in pain. And what we do with that pain matters. It matters. The problem is that we live in a world, in a culture that makes us feel, those of us that have pain, and we all do, and suffering and loss and our grief, that somehow that makes us weak or devalued or deficient people. Think about what's the first thing that you do in public when you cry. My friend Beth Miller, who wrote the book, What Loss Has to Teach Us, writes that we apologize when we cry in public. Why? Because we've shown our vulnerability. And now, since we've shown our vulnerability, we feel weak and we feel ashamed. And so we say we're sorry. Why? Why? There's nothing wrong with me. I don't need to be fixed. I have lost people in my life that I loved deeply. I am grieving. My mission is to normalize grief in our culture, is to be able to give people permission for their pain in a world that is obsessed with pleasure. This pain that I bear led me to launch Silver Lake Retreat in 2021. It was places of serenity and peace and calm and beauty that helped me heal. And I thought to myself, well, maybe this will help other people along their journey as well. I've been a trained pastor for over 20 years. I have worked with dozens and dozens of people from all different walks of life. But now I have been on a journey of healing and recovery. I am seasoned in grief work. And so when I really started to think about what it is that I do, it kind of came to me. I'm a grief guide. I am dedicated to guiding people and communities and companies and organizations through grief. I'm not here to fix anybody, and I'm not going to give you a formula to make your life better. Every person has a unique loss and a unique situation that needs to find their own path for healing and wholeness. As a grief guide, I just come alongside because unfortunately I've been down that river one too many times. And so I allow and encourage and enable each person to find their own path with their own experience, with safety and with care. I would love to work with you. I would love to work with your company or your organization and guide you in your grief. We all have pain, and what we do with our pain matters, and you don't have to do it alone. Let me guide you as you navigate life after loss.